Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we are going to actually be in the garage, so don't need those lights on anymore. Again, I can't speak on it enough. You need to get some Casa lights. But we are going to be doing something that maybe is a little overdue. Don't pay attention, the garage is a little bit of a mess right now of buckets everywhere because this, in here, let's actually just flip you guys around. Lava rock, oh gosh, Mexican beach rock, Caribbean rock, that's just actually clean. I need to dump that out, that's where the axolotls were, just all kinds of everything. I'm working on doing maintenance and just getting some algae, but hey, look at the cute babies. They actually need a little bit of a water change. There's some mulm buildup, which honestly, for bristlenose, is kind of like their favorite thing. They'll eat up that mulm, but they're destroying this zucchini and these green beans, and these two are like having a little bit of a race. It's kind of crazy. Let's see if I can get it to focus up a little bit better, but you can like see. Why are they racing? They're like racing to the top. You can see into the calico. Like you can see its innards, which is wild. But, and you'll notice roots and some pothos. We'll get into all of that. Wow, that one's actually like swimming. You don't really see that all that often with bristlenose, but that's beside the fact. What we're actually gonna be getting into is this. So this is a 55. That's just sitting here. Eventually it's going to be a shrimp 55, and we're also going to be getting into this, and we're getting into this. What does that mean? Well, if we just flip you guys back around for a second, I'm gonna let you guys look at this. The levels, surprisingly, and it looks a little bit foggy just because the glass has some like buildup on it. But I want you to look at that tilapia. And I want you to look at the tilapia next to it. And I want you to look at that tilapia and the tilapia next to it. That one and the tilapia next to it. You might catch my drift. So it's coming to the time where actually today I'm gonna be doing a little bit of maintenance on this aquarium. And I'm not gonna be getting shrimp for a little while just because, hey, I just don't have the facilities for it right now. When I get shrimp, I wanna be able to spend a little bit of money and get nice shrimp, but I want to take care of the tilapia first. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bit more black sand on here because you can see this is just an eternal void right now. And then I'm going to take some of these rocks, mostly I think the white rocks, and I'm going to take those two sponge filters out of here and into here, take the large tilapia out of here into here. Now you're probably wondering, how does this come into play? No, the common pleco is not coming out of this. Speaking of which, it's back there. We'll zoom in on it. It's doing great. I need to get those green beans. I need to get that filter out of there. But now that I have this lovely ladder, I can actually get up there. I can get the forks from in there, but I'm going to drop the water level. I'm going to grab the lids from on top of there, use them for this aquarium, and I'm gonna move, like I said, the big tilapia into this. So first things first, let's go ahead, drain this water down, move the heater down, move the wave maker down. I might really just need to move the wave maker. The heater might be fine there. Clean this up a little bit, get the forks out, and yeah, we'll be able to take the lids, make sure they fit to this. If not, cut them up a little bit to fit and make it right. Do a little bit of a water change on here because this is kind of just laid stagnant for a little while, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a buildup. The pothos was actually sucking up the buildup yesterday, so a little bit better. But we'll do a water change, get that all situated. But enough talking, let's work on this. I wanted to take a quick second. Now granted, the water's a little messy. I'm doing a water change, and I just messed with that sponge filter, so all of its particulates, aka green beans, are gone and out in the water column. But I mean, look at this pleco. It's just so beautiful. I know it's just a common pleco, and I know this thing's gonna become a monster one day, and I'm excited for it. Obviously not gonna stay in this 55 forever by itself, but I mean, just look at it. Oh gosh, I love plecos. If you haven't, if you can't tell that from this aquarium, that aquarium, and the two that are in the house that I love plecos and Oscars. I don't know whose channel you've been watching if you haven't been able to tell that quite yet. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep cleaning this up. I won't drag you guys through another time lapse, but I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna do actually a relatively large water change just to kind of work on cleaning some of this up. I want to get some of the doo-doo out of here too, but I figured I'd let the water churn while I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'm gonna go ahead and go get the attachment and start sucking this up, or I usually just use that, but we'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this all fixed up. I'm also, now that I can get high enough, I'm actually gonna aquascape this a little bit better, and we'll see how it works out. And it's all put together. So as you can see, the water level is far lower. I have the light pushed far forward because if we come all the way underneath it, then the light is kind of blinding. So because it's up high, the bar that you can see between my fingers right now is going to help us with the light. I moved the wave maker down, and I put the water a little bit above the heater, the minimum line that's like right here. It's like we have technology and we can zoom in. That little wave that you see at the bottom, that's the min fill line. So I've got it down there, and I think this is actually gonna work out a little bit better for the time being. It is gonna kick out a lot, and there's a lot of debris in the water still, just because I moved some stuff around. I have went ahead and put another hide back in there, even though he barely uses those hides, and I cleaned out the one that was in there. Aquascaped just a little bit, not much though. And now we are cleaning up this aquarium. So this one, hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and clean up. There was a beetle in here, and I wanna say that is a bug as well. So we're gonna clean up in here. I went ahead and moved the lids over. This one fit perfectly. That goes on this side. This one just needed a little bit of modification, but all good to go. So while that's draining, I'm actually gonna work on the next thing, which is taking this light. We've got some pothos in this aquarium too. I need to scrub the glass in here, but it's easy because I have the mag float in here. But we need to take this light, we need to move this light into the garage because that's gonna go on top of the 55 that's in there. And then if we come this way into the dark living room, we need to take light number 2 from here, the Hygger light, and move it over there. I was gonna get a Hygger light anyways to move into the rec room, but for the time being, these guys are lights out, and you can kind of see some of the diatom algae growing from the die-off, and the bacteria is dying back because it is a photosynthetic bacteria. And I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more so it doesn't expand and explode like it did before. Can't exactly remember the type of bacteria this is and what it's called, but basically I just didn't want it in here. I can use some erythromycin to completely get rid of it if I wanted to, but I'm gonna see if I can just naturally do it without having to dose any medication, especially because I don't want to dose meds to the fish if I don't have to. But this Hygger light is gonna go over there, which means unfortunately we're not gonna be able to say, something like Alexa under the sea and then have it all like, automate and go all cool and blue light and everything like that. But that's a pleasure item. I rather have the light here than just have a pleasure item that I'm not going to use as much, especially because I'm not sure when or if the next time we're going to be having people over. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm trying to think. Oh yes, that was the other thing. Man, I'm really keyframing this well. The other thing is down here, we'll go ahead and flip you around. I'm taking that, and I'm gonna replant that, but I'm taking the Java fern out of this aquarium, and I'm gonna put the Java fern into here, and then I'm also gonna steal the wisteria that's back there, and probably, I hit the record button again, right in the middle here or on the sides. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this all done. I am gonna also clean this up because it looks like some of the protein skim or protein film is kind of getting on here, but so be it. I'm gonna go ahead and work on that, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update. Okay, so another quick update. Went ahead and got that on top, and we are cleaning this out. So I went ahead and I got all the protein off the top, bucketed some more of this blasting sand, which is actually I can go ahead and show you the bag. It's just this black diamond blasting sand. That's what I'm using as the black substrate. That's what I used on both Max and Perry's aquariums, and what I'm going to be using on this 55. So this is actually now getting to the point where I can fill it back up and basically doing a full 100% water change essentially. You can see the bubbles running down from the python, so this is when I should probably go change the water, which we'll go ahead and do. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab out those Java ferns, but I wanna go ahead and we'll go ahead and flip this water over real quick. Boop, there. So now, if we walk over here, you can see that the bubbles are running back, and just like that, once this actually fills up, then yep, there we go. We got water flow going out the top. So this is now gonna go ahead and fill up. The 55 is gonna fill itself back up. But quickly, I wanted to show you this. And look how much better that light is. Now, I did freak out the albino Oscar. I call him an albino Oscar. He was sold to us as a lemon Oscar, but yeah, you know, who knows at this point. We got a little bit of hair algae that's on the bottom there, but I'll go ahead and suck that out. He needs a water change too, either today or tomorrow, or even just a top off, but he needs a little bit of work on his aquarium, just a little bit of maintenance. So especially with all the projects going on, unfortunately, you know, I did fall behind on his aquarium. All the other aquariums are okay. This is not. There we go. Now it's fully on. But I'm going to go ahead and continue work on this. Just wanted to give you guys another quick update. Next thing I'm going to do is pull out those Java ferns, give them a second to kind of dry out a little bit, and then I am going to use, I think actually these lava rocks, funnily enough. I think I'm going to end up using those rocks and these lava rocks to give a nice black, red, and white type look to it, and put the ferns on the lava rock, because my thought process here is I can actually go ahead and take these ferns and put them into the axolotl aquarium once we actually do the axolotl. And let's see if he does it again. Max has been in a fantastic mood today, but he's like darting all around his aquarium. Oh, no, not quite. But it's funny, he actually, I came in here after the lights turned off. He doesn't sleep in the cave like you'd think. He's made himself a little nest right here that he nestles himself in right behind that rock. And Perry loves spending like her entire day in her cave. But we're gonna get back to this 55. I'm gonna smooth out all the sand, get the ferns all taken care of, get a little bit of aquascaping done, and then we can start moving those giant tilapia in here, which is actually going to speed up their growth even more because it's gonna be cleaner water. And again, I'm gonna take that sponge filter and that sponge filter more than likely. I think it's gonna be those two, maybe one from each side. I'm not quite sure yet. But yes, am I taking biological media out of the 75? Could that affect the other fish? Yes. Am I also taking the fish that are going to produce the most waste out of the aquarium? Also, yes. That is why I'm not worried. But we're gonna go ahead and get working on that and take it from there. Okay, and the 55 is live. So I just did a rough aquascape. I just like getting stones in there because it looks a little better than just having the sand substrate. You can see some mulm came out of the sponge filters, and this definitely is riddled with mulm. But I went ahead and I took the pothos that were in that corner, so they've still got the bunch there, and put them in here. Because there's going to still be more fish down here than obviously there is up here. So I still want to keep the majority of the pothos down here just to help filter out those nitrates, nitrites, so on and so forth, and just kind of help with that cycle. But we did go ahead and put the Java fern and super glue them to the lava rock. As I mentioned, we'll probably move them over to the axolotl aquarium once we redo that and rescape it how we actually want it, with the different cave and kind of different facets of that build out. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So now the next step is taking these big boys and moving them into this one. So I've already got the lid off. This is all acclimated, and it's gonna be same water. Obviously it's just my water, different, so somewhat same temperature. This is sitting around 62 or 82, 83. This is sitting at around 83, 84. So close enough temperature. It's within 2 to 3, so I feel fine about it. Now, the next step is just netting these bad boys out. So we're gonna go ahead and get them into this aquarium and take it from there. Hey everyone, welcome back, and it's the morning after. So, whoa, wait a second, let's get this. Oh, that's wild. Oh, come on. I need to stop hitting that record button that is on the tripod. Lordy. Anyways, yeah, so this is the day after. Again, the rough scape of the 55 and the tilapia, the larger tilapia are in there. If we look down at this tank, and I just squat down with these guys for a second, there's a few larger ones, like the one with a little bit of string poop going on right now. It's a little bit larger, but I'm gonna go ahead and just wait. I wanna keep some top dogs in this aquarium and not just have all small fish, have a little bit of variety in size. But these ones, lovely fish. Let me explain what I mean. So this one right here, this main big white tilapia, it's got darker scales than any of the other white. So if we look at those side by side, it's actually perfect. You can see that that one has the darkest scales. This one, I guess, technically has darker scales, and this one's also a hybrid. They're all just like chilling right now. But this one is the bully. I think this is the one that's been fighting people in the other aquarium, the 75 down here below. I think this one is the issue. The reason I say that is just because he has been, or she has been, chasing everyone around in this aquarium, and hence why they're doing things yada yada yada. And I'm not too worried about oxygen. They've just kind of been staying up at the top. These ones, some of them stay at the top as well, but others go down to the bottom. The one thing about this black substrate though is, man oh man, can you see the waste that they produce? Yes, you can. Also, see, caught it on camera, just biting things. Probably gonna turn around, chase that one off, and that other one that it's backing up into right now, and chase it off. So again, I think it's just a bully, or maybe my other thought is we got them 5/17/2022. Side note there, if you're like, whoa, it's like months ahead of that, and if the other video that you saw, you're like, whoa, it's months ahead, I'm recording this on July 4th, so hey, everyone in America. It's probably not, you guys are probably not gonna see this because I haven't uploaded a single episode yet. You guys probably aren't gonna see this for, I don't know, a couple of months down the road. Reason being is because with a fish room, it takes time, and especially at the start, it takes time, and I have other channels that I'm actively working on. Go ahead and go check them out. I have a few gaming channels. So I just decided to record a lot of things in advance. That's why it wasn't just bang, 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 week after week. Let's go rescue them. Let's get the Oscars. Let's do this, this, and this. It's been months between. So I'm not sure when the tilapia, when I got them, when that video would have came out. But again, we put them in here 5/17/2022. It is, I put them in here yesterday, so it was 7/3/2022. It's now 7/4/2022. So again, there is going to be a little bit of a time difference here. But I think they're doing well. They have been trying to eat the pothos roots. That is something that they have been trying to do. They've actually ripped a little bit off. So not all of that is poop. Some of that is actually just pothos roots being ripped off. But otherwise, I think everything's going good. I'm going to be planning a little bit more in the fish room. I think what I'm gonna do, and I don't know why I didn't do this initially, but what I think I'm gonna do is this 75 sticks out a little bit. So what I think I'm actually gonna do is, I think next time I do a water change, I'm gonna drain it, and I'm going to push it back until it's back onto this board, like all. This being in the handle is the best and worst thing ever. I'm taking it out. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, instead of it sticking out the 4 inches here, I'm gonna take that, and I don't know why I didn't do this initially, but I'm gonna stick the 4 inches out in the back in this mess of an area, which don't worry, I'm getting onto that. But hey, look, the buckets are all cleaned up, and the garage is actually kind of clean. But I'm gonna be working on some things. I'm gonna be taping out some things just to see what the kind of area is. This ladder, I think, is like 17 inches long, or width-wise. Oh my gosh, 17 inches width-wise. So I'd like at least a 20-inch walkway between everything. So 20 inches here, 20 inches here, especially in consideration of this breeder island. But yeah, I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with this wall. I think what I might end up doing is I might take these and throw them here or somewhere. I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I might put them long ways here and then just kind of shift this over in that way and put that, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but that's why I'm going to tape everything out and just see how it goes. But if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, this room, it's coming together. And the axolotls are doing great. They've eaten bloodworms and brine shrimp so far, so we'll get an update video on them eventually. Max is back there digging by his sponge filter. You can see him by my thumb. And Perry is, again, in her hut. But until next time, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.